Tuscany, Toscana in Italian, is best known for its rolling hills, which are populated by golden vineyards and can often be found on postcards of Italy. Other famous sites to see in Tuscany include its capital city, Florence, known as Firenze in Italian, Pisa with the Leaning Tower and its red Chianti wines. With art cities, cultural offerings, and outdoor activities, it's not hard to see why Tuscany is popular as a retirement destination. Walking trails, bike routes, swimming, and a wealth of great golf courses. There's plenty to do to stay active, an array of art in museums, churches, and also public buildings and private galleries, plus opera theatre and also music venues. Not to mention the historic towns and also UNESCO heritage sites. You won't get bored no matter where you go in Tuscany. If you don't know me already, my name is Edith, your IELTS instructor, a traveler, and a digital nomad. Welcome to my channel. Tuscany is very dear to my heart because this is where my husband grew up and also where my parents-in-law live. We lead a very busy life, but we try to visit Tuscany every 2 years. Tuscany is world famous for its stone houses with olive groves and vineyard landscapes. It makes a perfect summer hideout if you want to immerse yourself in nature. My parents-in-law live 15 minutes away from the closest town, with land to grow olive trees, their own vegetable garden, and a bunch of animals. It's a known fact that Italians know how to cook. They can be very judgy to other people's cooking. One of the things that they're really proud of is pasta. Do you know how many different types of pasta they have? They are not only proud of their pasta, it's also their comfort food. Whenever my husband gets tired or feels a bit down, pasta will be the quick fix. They also like to make their food from scratch, from breaking the eggs to stirring the flour. Eating and cooking is a big family tradition. I think it all started with the slow food movement. Slow food movement, originating in Italy, calls for a celebration of food that is locally grown, made to nourish our body. The slow food movement's mission is to remind us how we can take the time to enjoy the pleasure of making and eating the food. That's why the representatives of fast food, McDonald's, never made a huge success in Italy. It's so iconic that in so many big cities, people just stuff themselves with fast food or processed food, completely ignoring how food can nurture us physically and spiritually. Turning up the music, cooking my favorite meal, while drinking a glass of wine sounds like heaven to me. When visiting Italy, you'll notice that locals don't typically eat dinner until 9 or 10 p.m. Local restaurants typically don't even open until 7:30 or 8 p.m. Why? Aperitif. Traditional Italians like to enjoy a casual drink and small plates of food before dinner to socialize with friends and family. At a traditional aperitivo, you'll find yourself enjoying light drinks such as wine, prosecco, and spritz, as well as various nuts, cheeses, and olives. But don't indulge yourself completely just yet. The idea was to stimulate your appetite. Vocab list: rolling hills, vineyards, cultural offerings, retirement destination, a wealth of, an array of, not to mention, heritage sites, dear to my heart, parents-in-law, lead a busy life, olive groves, hideout, a bunch of, judgy, comfort food, quick fix, made from scratch, slow food movement, nourish, representative, spiritually, sounds like heaven, aperitif, prosecco, indulge, stimulate appetite. After the aperitivo, it's time for the main course. In Toscana, it is known for its bistecca alla Fiorentina. Dry aged for 2 to 3 weeks, the bistecca alla Fiorentina is an impressive, somewhat immense cut-off meat. They tend to measure the thickness of the stick using fingers, where a truly authentic bistecca stick in Italian will be at least 3 to 4 fingers thick. In Italy, steak is best enjoyed rare, and the bistecca alla Fiorentina is no exception, well browned on the outside and bloody on the inside. The steak is cooked very quickly on both sides to seal the meat. A change of scenery, let's go from the rolling hills to the seaside. Capraia comes from the word wild goat. It is a national park off the Tuscan coast. From central Tuscany, you can take a train to Livorno and take a ferry to this charming little island, Capraia Island. It will only take 2 to 3 hours to get there. It is a haven of tranquility on the big rock of lava. It's the only island formed by a volcanic eruption that happened 9 million years ago, which produced the island's impressive red rock. But what exactly bewitches so many domestic tourists? Let me spill the beans for you. It's an oasis for nature lovers and for those who just want to decompress. Capraia is a part of the Tuscan Archipelago National Park, and over 90% of the terrain is entirely undeveloped. The island offers great hiking and walking, bird watching, beaches, sailing, and scuba diving, and some wonderful local food. It has a handful of small shops, bars, and restaurants, and is enjoyable to explore. Italy is home to some of the best sailing grounds in the Mediterranean. Capraia is accessible to yachts and sailboats. The city marina of Capraia, Porto, is often very crowded, which means anchoring is in a rather unique way, mooring in open water. Does it not sound like a dream to you? driving a sailboat, swimming, snorkeling, and diving in the deep blue sea anytime you fancy. Vocab list: dry-aged, immense, authentic, no exception, bloody, seal, off the beaten track, haven, tranquility, volcanic eruption, bewitch, spill the beans, oasis, archipelago, terrain, bird watching, a handful of, Mediterranean, yacht, accessible, sailboat, anchor, moor, fancy. That's all for today. If you would like to support me or to have more of this kind of content, please click the like button and subscribe. Remember the script and English exercise down below. I'll see you next time. Cheers!